In this week's parsha, Parshas Lech Lecha, we find a very fascinating idea. We know Avram married to Sarah. They're going through the 10 Nisyonis. One of them is they're coming to Mitzrayim. And Avram says to Sarah, "Hineno yedati ki ishi yifas marat." He says, "Now I know that you're a beautiful woman." What does that mean? But the bigger question is now he knows she's beautiful? And Rashi addresses that question. There's many answers. But the basic question is that this seems to be the exact opposite of how things normally are. Generally, when there's a couple, a man meets a woman, finds her attractive, and then over time, lose that attractiveness. Here, it's the exact opposite. Avram Avinu, so to speak, didn't realize she was beautiful. Not only that, Rav Moshe Feinstein actually says her name used to be Yiska, and Avram didn't call her Yiska, called her Sarai, which he asked, as we find in Rashi, Yiska actually has way more levels, way more levels than that of Sarai, which just means nobility, which Yiska includes that in many other appellations. So he says because he didn't see her as an object of beauty. Yiska means Hakol Seichem B'Yafya. He didn't see that as such, therefore he only called her Sarai. So he didn't even notice this idea until much, much later into their relationship. He says, now I realize that you're beautiful. How do we understand that? The first Jew, Avram Avinu, he, unlike everyone else, that sees that beauty and then maybe it wanes over time, but Avram Avinu is the exact opposite. He didn't know she's beautiful, and now he's like, wow, Ishi Fas Marat. What does this mean? So there's many different levels and deep concepts, but in a simple way, beauty is a radiance of that object, whether it be a person, whether it be a painting, something that's radiating to the eye of the beholder, to the one who's looking at it. What creates the beauty depends on your relationship you have with that object. We know ahava, ahav means to give. What is the relationship of love over here? Does love create beauty or beauty creates love? Many people, beauty creates the love because they're taking from the relationship. Therefore, what's radiating from that object is the first thing they experience because they're taking. Avram Avinu was not like that. Avram Avinu was giving. That was his objective as a relationship with Sarah. He didn't notice her beauty. That's taking. Hakol seichem b'yafya. Everyone's taking in zanus einehem. They're nourishing, they're eating from the person, or whatever the thing is. Avram Avinu wasn't like that. He was giving. He was loving. Loving then creates the beauty that you have for that person. Let's take that lesson. And when we have a relationship, to be the exact opposite of how often it is when people are taking it, they're using relationships as commerce, as a way for me to get something. No, Avram Avinu was like, he was connecting with the person. And then the beauty, which is the radiance, resonated with him when he finally came full circle, when he went from the inside out, not the outside in. Not seeing the external, superficial beauty first and then getting to a relationship. No, the relationship, the neshama, the person. And then, subsequently, going all the way out to the external part of the person, radiating back, resonating all the love that he gave to her, seeing that beauty in the person where we know that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. One person could be that the same person, one moment you see them as beautiful, another one you're disgusted with them. How's that possible? If it's about the person, it's not the person, it's what's resonating from them to you. And that's what the lesson we have from Avram Avinu, is that he first gave and then took in a way of what's resonating to him back from the relationship that he had with Sarai Mena.